Quality control in Navure. NP charts. NP charts track the number of defective elements over time to detect changes in trend and variability. The procedure has two steps. First, estimating the chart parameters. Second, using these parameters to generate the NP chart for your data. To illustrate the first step, we will open the PNP chart training data file located in the test data repository. It contains several samples of size 200 and a column of defective items. The samples for the training data must be collected under the assumption that the probability of an item being defective remains constant and at an acceptable level during the collection of data for training. To estimate the parameters of the NP chart, select the Graphics tab and press the QC Charts button. From the pop-up menu that appears, select Estimate Control Chart Parameters and then select the NP Chart menu item. A dialog box will ask you to specify the name of the column containing the number of defects and the column containing the size of the samples. Once these have been specified, press the blue arrow button in the top left-hand corner of the dialog box to proceed. An options window appears for estimating the control chart parameters. In the left-hand panel, you can select the type of statistical approximation to be used to estimate the mean value and variance, and specify the sigma multiplier to be used in constructing the upper control limit. By default, the binomial approximation is used. The estimated parameters are shown on the right. This information must be saved to be available in the second step. Pressing the Save Control Chart Parameters button brings up the usual Save dialog to select the name and location of the parameter file. This completes the first step. Note that the first step does not need to be repeated each time you create a NP chart for the same process. The parameter estimated in the first step can be used several times. To illustrate the second step, open the PNP chart test data file in the test data repository. This file contains 3 columns. One is the order of the observations, which can be a date. The second column is the sample size, which must be the same as in the first step, and the number of failed items in the sample. Now let's select the Graphs tab, press the QC Charts button, select Generate Control Chart from the pop-up menu that appears, and then click the NP chart item in the secondary pop-up menu. In the pop-up dialog box, specify the defective elements, the sample size, and the order of the samples. Once the correct columns have been assigned, press the blue arrow button in the upper left corner of the window to proceed. In the dialog box that appears, you can use the previously calculated parameters, or you can use user-defined parameters. We will use the estimated parameters calculated in the first step. To proceed, click the open icon below the title, Trained Control Chart. When the dialog box opens, locate and open the file you created in Step 1. The information it contains will be displayed below. Simply press the OK button and wait for the P-chart to be displayed. There is clear evidence that the process is producing more defects than expected in the latter part of the analyzed period. A vertical reference line can be added at position 130 on the x-axis to show where the problems began. Go to the x-axis tab, press the vertical line button, and move the mouse until the desired position for the reference line appears. If you don't like the position you get, you can select the line and move it to the right or left by dragging the mouse with the right button pressed. Or, if you double-click on the line, a reference tab will appear on the ribbon. In this tab, you can edit several properties of the line, including its exact position on the axis.